Yo, welcome to Team Radd Titan, and today we are going to be reviewing the production piece Terry Bogard by Kinetiquettes. Stay tuned to see what we think.
Keep watching. Hey everyone, it's Alex and Gio. We're back and we're looking at the Terry Bogard from Kinetiquettes. This is a production piece, so this is what you see is what you get, basically.
What you will get.
So we've got this in hand and we're going to go over it. We've already done a review of the production sample, so you can refer back to that. It will probably be in a bit more detail than
if you want to see
one.
the light up and such. This is just to show you what is actually, what's got here, what we like, what we don't like, if there is anything.
Yeah, and also just to compare it with what we remember from the production sample to this stage here as well. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we didn't see before is the print. So George hasn't even seen it yet.
Yeah. Oh.
So Kinetiquettes, they've got this really nice envelope which has a kind of foil Kinetiquettes logo on there.
Classy.
It's shiny.
Shiny.
Black envelope, looks great. Here we go. Oh, actually, yeah, I do remember this. Oh, you idiots.
What?
We didn't wear our t-shirts.
What t-shirts? I've got that at home. I ain't got it with me, that t-shirt.
I've got mine upstairs.
Actually, my t-shirt's different to that. Show me that.
No, mine, the same as that, isn't it?
Might be the same.
I can run up and get it. I've got it now.
Nice. It's a really nice print, that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Should we do that? Should we do it? I'll go get it.
Oh.
I'll go get it.
Oh.
Do a high five. I'll go get it and change into it. Yay! All right, so we're back. And so here's a t-shirt and matches the print. So,
Carpet matches the curtains, bitches.
I ran up the stairs. And so basically,
Lovely, really nice glossy print.
Really nice
very
print.
colourful. Definitely good. Love the framing, so you can chuck it in a frame and then
the framing, so you can check
it. Because the print doesn't go to the end of the paper.
Yeah.
I like that. They've actually thought about if you frame it, that's how things should be, so that you get a nice sort of border. It's good.
Yeah, and it's also got the SNK logo there. On the
It
bottom.
does indeed, and it's out of the way.
Yeah.
Listen to that, XM Studios.
Anyway, so moving on to the piece. So as we saw on the piece before, it was the same where the actual base they attached together, and you're right there.
Not really.
Don't rip it.
Oh,
Give me it.
That's well tight, that is. How many idiots does it take to put a print into a envelope? 2. That's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, and we'll start with the base and we'll work our way up. So I've gone through this in a lot of detail on the actual review before. Again, let's just go through it very quickly. So you've got the cobbled street. You've got the
They've
curve
added more
on the
colour
side.
to the stones, like I said. It's definitely more colour to these stones than there was on the production production sample.
Yeah. Keep saying that, didn't you? You also got the colours on the this part as well, where you can actually see the oranges around.
Yeah.
So the effect is actually
That's what we said.
bled onto the concrete there.
Better. That's what we said. Yeah.
Terry does actually look a bit more dark, doesn't he? And you can actually see the kind of oranges going onto his arm there as well.
Yeah, he's definitely more tanned.
His face definitely as well.
Yeah.
His face is really tanned.
But I mean, I always find, this is what I've always said to people as well, is like, I always find that production pieces always tend to be slightly darker than the prototypes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like somebody said on the My review, which is like, the skin was lighter, and that was because apparently the creators asked SNK asked them to lighten her up a little bit because they said that the production sample was too dark, or the prototype was too dark, so they asked them to do that. And I said on the comments, like, usually it would be the other way around. If it was an accident or a factory mistake, it would be darker than actually lighter. The reason that she's lighter is because SNK actually asked them to lighten her up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is a little bit darker than before.
All right.
I don't know if I prefer it though. Not sure.
Well, I think as I say now he is darker, but he's also got more of the hues of the actual flame running through his body. Also, I mean, so you go on to he's got his All Stars on. He's got his jeans. Heavy texturing on the jeans.
Yeah, they caught
there.
It perfectly. Nice.
Really nice. He's got the tag on the back of the jeans going into his
sweat marks on the vests as well.
Yeah, it's kind of cut off jacket as well, which looks like his Converse as well, with the star there. And then you got the rips of the torn off t-shirt underneath. His hair does look slightly different colour. It looks more like a yellowy kind of but more dark.
Yeah, dark blonde as opposed to the more platinum-y.
Well, he's got the kind of platinum in there, but then he's got like
bit
dark
dirty
strands.
It's got the odd bits of light brown.
Yeah. I don't know if I prefer it before with the more consistent yellowy.
I prefer
it looks like he's got like kind of dirt in his hair rather than it being.
It does look a little bit more dirty. Maybe it's meant to be. I'm not sure, but I did prefer it when it was clean.
Yeah,
it was a cleaner look.
And they're going into the arms as well. So you've got
heavy shading,
really heavy shading. You also got the veinage going through his forearms. Something we didn't notice, but they pointed out on some idiot on one of the groups was about the tricep going into the forearm. I think that's more of a paint issue where you have.
There's a little. If you on the. It's similar to the straight arm, but the straight arm is fine. It looks worse on the bent arm just up here. It's almost like a band that runs across here. Yeah. And it's just really where this muscle across the forearm should really interject here, should break into this a little bit on the sculpt. That's all.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's nothing it's an angle thing as well. I think it looks worse depending on what angle you see from there. It doesn't look bad at all because the shade, it's been shaded over the elbow. But with this crease here and the way it's been shaded, it looks a little bit worse. So from this side, it looks worse than the other side.
Yeah.
So and you're not going to be displaying it from this side anyway. So it isn't that.
We didn't notice that in the production.
No, I don't know if it was it there.
It was actually. I look back over photos. It was there, but we didn't even notice it.
No,
didn't even notice it. And then you go into the kind of flames. So you got the flame where you got all the oranges,
it's better
yellows
than making
going
muscles
through,
up.
And you got all the oranges and yellows going through there. You got the rocks in there. This piece is it's quite a cool piece. I mean, I don't know if I'd take it off because I don't know if that's attached. I think that's attached to the.
Do you prop the thingy you could take off, but I don't think you do with the production.
No,
sample,
you can. You can
still lift it.
I think it's
you have to pull them apart.
Yeah,
then do
I'm
it.
not pulling them apart now.
You wore it as a hat, didn't we? Do like the Super Saiyan one?
I had on my head. The actual other one we had fit on my head, and I don't know if my head's got bigger.
Yeah, but this has got bigger. Yeah.
This didn't fit on.
Working for XM has got well big your fucking head. So what's the edition size? Did it end up being this? Oh, that's a question, eh?
599.
Is it?
599.
Ah, that's a good call.
599.
I'll check it out.
599.
If it's wrong, it'll read across the bottom. Nope.
Yeah. So put it away.
Oh, I'll try. It's well heavy.
All right. So let's see if I can break another piece on camera.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
I don't know if it's got both on both of them though. Oh fucking hell! All right, 250.
Oh wow!
I think mine was 599.
Maybe it is.
Wow,
maybe that's where you got it from. 250 editions. It's well rare. It's a licensed piece. It's well rare.
Good job, we did check.
Yeah.
Wow. And these push back together. So, god damn it.
It sort of just slits in.
So because I've got this sheet on here, it just doesn't really want to move.
Yeah, it's harder. Got some friction.
There you
go.
Right. Yeah. So this lights up with the use of a micro USB, and you can use this then with a power supply. This actually has it at the front here. I'm not sure if I like it like that. I mean, the issues we did find is with when you put this together with Geese Howard, then you can't get to his button very easily, and also the USB port is in a position where you might knock it and you might damage it because these are quite fragile. But then also it's a fact that you have to press this every time you want to turn it on and off. You can't press it to power it and then power off the power supply to turn it on and off, because this isn't a fixed on-off button.
Yeah, so if if with certain light ups you push the button, it sticks in. If it's a switch or even a button, it sticks in. Then when you let's say you have it plugged into one of them remote control power sources that you've got plugged into your mains, you just push the button and then it instantly will light up because you're turning the plug on. This you can't do that with because it needs to be manually turned on and off every single time. Oh well, not actually off. It turns itself off. It just doesn't turn itself back on again. Which is a bit of a problem. If this is in a glass unit display and you want to just like bang that light up, it's not going to work. You need to be able to manually access this piece to be able to light up, which is the downside.
I think that is a bit of a problem. I mean, that's one of the biggest issues, I think, for myself. I don't know if this has got battery on it. I've been using this all day, so basically I should just, if I...
Do you want me to push a button?
I might be alright.
Tell me when you're done.
There you go, what did I do there? Nope. There you go. So basically, as I say, if I then pull this out, if I plug it back in, you have to push the button again to put it on.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Is that
looks great though, lit up. It looks fantastic.
That button isn't like it's not the button doesn't stay in place.
Yes, it's not like an auto on.
It's like a fucking doorbell. Like that kind of button.
Yeah. Actually, it is like a doorbell.
No, not really, because the doorbell goes off. But yeah. So it's like that kind of push button that way, which I don't think is a good idea, personally.
Should really just add a switch.
Yeah.
Simple, really.
I think with that...
Because then you could have turned it on and then pushed the finger to block the switch with the other joint.
I think with that, then there's the issue of the switches can wear, and I think there is a problem. I think that with this, they should have probably gone a little bit the extra way and done a remote control, or they should have done it so that you can actually buy them well cheap now, where you can buy like a USB with a switch on the USB, on the actual cable.
Yeah.
So they could have done that as well. Or because of the fact that, they should have just done it where there's no switch. It's literally just the USB cable goes in, and there's no control on the actual piece. It's just you control it from the other side. And I think that would have been much better. Let me turn that off.
Just something for the future to understand, isn't it? Because obviously as well, if Kinetiquettes are moving in the direction that they do, which is basically standalone pieces that you can put with other pieces and become a dio, which is pretty much what they do, their signature is. If they are going to do that, they need to find a way where the wires are not impeded by each other, and the switches are not impeded with each other, and that when you turn them on, they fucking stay on. And then basically it's just a case of you turn off your mains, you turn on your mains, or you place the switch and it comes on and off.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, that's why if I had this and the Geese Howard, what I would do is I would have, because one of the issues as well is the Terry comes here. You have the Geese around this, so this then is blocked.
Yeah.
But then the Geese is on the side. I don't know whether that's going to be on the production is going to be different, and if he is going to be on the front as well. But if he's on the front, then you're still going to have to pull them off and turn them both on.
Exactly.
Which is the problem.
Yeah.
So then what I would do is I would have, I'd have them concealed here, but I wouldn't even bother with the switches. I would have them concealed, this one concealed. I would tunnel out this a bit more on, you can't do on this one now, but on Geese, I'd have more of a tunnel underneath so you could put the two wires in the plug. And then what I'd do is I'd have them go into a USB port with an on-off switch. And then that going onto like a phone charger USB, and I'll just do that because that way, they literally then you can turn them on and off without having to go under the piece. And I think that that's something that that's the only thing that bothers me, and it really does bother me quite a bit actually. I know there is an issue of people say, well, how often are you going to light up? But
if you have a light up, you want to be able to use it when you want to use it. That's the point. If you want to, you can't. You should be able to do it with ease.
Well, that's one of the things I've actually done recently is I've moved all my room around, and the pieces that have light ups, I've literally linked them all to a multi-plug, and then the multi-plug is linked to a remote.
Yeah.
So I walk in there, I go bang, my remote does all my lighting, and then all my light up pieces light up at the same time. And then when I turn them off, they all turn off, and I'm really happy with that. But
that's what you've got to be thinking about when you're making statues, isn't it? You have to think about that idea, because that's ideally what you want as a
I just think it's
good points, very good points.
Poor placement of
very good points, I think.
Especially if you're going to have the two together.
Only other slight differences I would say is probably the hair is a little bit more of a dirty blonde as opposed to a platinum blonde, and he's got a little bit more of a darker skin tone shading, which, to be honest with you, is to be expected.
Yeah.
A lot of the time when you're going into production paint, that's just how it goes 9 times out of 10.
I think overall, it's a fantastic piece.
It's still great. Still great.
Fatal Fury,
they've delivered. They've delivered on it. Out of 100%, it's easily in the 80%. It's easily in the 80%, isn't it?
If you're any of these fans, you're going to love it. You really will. You'll love to have this in your
collection. If you say the prototype 100%, it's got to be 80, isn't it? 75, 80?
I think it's very close to the prototype.
Yeah,
I think
it's got to be cut. I mean,
so we got a production sample.
Yeah.
Stop saying pros.
Well, production sample then. Yeah.
The production sample we got is pretty close to this. I mean,
very close.
They've delivered on what they put out.
In some ways, there's a few superior parts. They've added the sweat things on the vest, which weren't there before.
Yeah.
Better shading on the jeans at this moment. Better shading on his jacket, because there wasn't a lot of shading on there. There were things, all points we made up. So maybe you would say improved in certain areas and skin tones a little bit more like tanned. I don't know if that's more accurate though, because he's quite fucking tanned, Terry.
Like next expert, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, I think he uses sunbeds. There's no doubt about it. But great job.
All right. So what we do is we're going to get our geese and we'll switch across. And by that time, I'm going to have to switch my t-shirt as well, aren't I? So yeah.
Boom.
All right. So we're back and we've set up the Terry Bogard, got the geese Howard, got them together, got them lined up. So this is basically the width you're going to need to have if you have them together.
Yeah.
Absolute beast. So this is a table is 120 centimeters.
How far is yours off?
Mine's a good 7, 12.
I'm about 7. So we were saying about 150 and we'll be close to it.
Yeah, we've got the noisiest bird in the garden as well, just coming out for play.
How dare you talk about your woman this way?
So yeah, so basically, as I say, you're going to need. Well, let's get that's good. Possibly. All right. So basically, mine's about there.
I would say mine's around there, which is 146.
God.
146 for the combined pairing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you are a King of Fighters fan, and you have space, this is a fantastic centerpiece to have.
Oh, this is an amazing centerpiece, of course. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean,
something about clear resin as well. I just love it.
I had this up underneath my TV. My TV is actually 140, so like not my TV. The TV cabinet's 140, so it actually fit on there quite well. Hung over just a little bit and blocked off my TV, but
they look fantastic together. They really do look fantastic together. They do.
People came in, went over to it, and looked it over. So yeah, I mean, yeah, very, very, very impressive. What do we do? Should we try to measure geese?
Yeah, I'll measure geese. We'll go from here, so I'll do it from this way. So, looking at this moment, I would say about there. That's the middle of both, right? I would say this is around 70 centimetres. That is 27 and a half, 28 inches, just for safety, in terms of how wide that is, which is wide. Now, the largest point is definitely that.
That's the tip of the wisp,
Yeah, tip of the wisp, and that is around about 23.3 inches. So I would say, if for just safety, 60 centimetres you're going to need for height.
I don't think it's the depth isn't too bad. I don't.
You mean width? Because this would be width, wouldn't it? No.
Well, yeah.
That stone, and then from there. So I would say it's around 17.
Yeah.
I would say it's around 17. So 17 is around 44.
Yeah.
So big.
I think if you had them in, that would go on display. That's not too bad. Not together.
It's serious. Great contrast of colours and textures though on this. Really, really nice. And if you don't know, Terry does end up killing Geese Howard. And sorry about that. And actually, as a result, he ends up being the guardian of his son, Geese's son. I think Rock Howard, I think it is. Yeah. He ends up taking him on.
Happens in Face Off as well.
Yeah, it's so strange.
A bit
weird. You definitely.
One day when you get to that conversation of "I'm not your dad" and "I killed your dad."
Yeah. Wouldn't sleep too well, would you?
Yeah.
You'd be a little bit worried. Knives would start looking a little bit more.
A difficult conversation to have there.
Yeah, but I mean, together they look outstanding. Really fantastic. And I'm really happy because I think that Geese is just as impressive as Terry is.
Yeah,
I thought that would be hard. I've got to be honest. I saw the pictures of Geese. I thought Terry was much.
Well, I thought that as well. I thought that Terry's got so much going on. He's got so many, the contrast of colours. He's got the jeans, the white t-shirt, the red, blonde hair, and then the skin tones, and then like the flames and everything kind of going on there. And then you just kind of saw Geese, and you didn't have as much to put in comparison. And I thought the same kind of thing really.
Yeah, I'm quite impressive. Very impressive, and together they look fantastic. So you have to let us know what you think. If it's something that you're interested in, remember what we said. This will be going once this review kicks on. This will be going up for a short period of time. This will be available for pre-order. So if you have missed it and you see that it's closed for the Geese Howard, you better get in there quick, because it's going to be open for a short period and then it's going to be shut down again. And the numbers will be low because Kinetiquettes don't mess about with the ES, so get in there quick if you want it. Yeah, very impressive. Happy.
Yep. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe, share, and also press on the bell to become part of our notification squad. Yeah,
join us at our Instagram, Radd_Titan. We'll be showing pictures of this. A lot of all our collections and stuff that we find all goes up there as well, and be part of that. It's we're cracking on and get some good numbers on there. So thanks for your support.
Take care. Peace out.